Hello, welcome to Minds into Results. And today our guest is Ahmed Assaf. He is performance leader, and we will speak about philosophy and standards of success. Hi, Ahmed.
Hello, Elena. Thanks you for having me today.
You're most welcome. Let's speak about such important topic.
Exactly. And really, this is one of the main fundamentals for success. But before we start diving in, I just wanted to tell our audience now almost 24 is over and we're starting a new year. So what I want from you, from all our audience, to just grab a pen and paper, open your heart, open your mind, and start taking notes because we'll be discussing lots of important topics and it will really make a shift in your way of thinking. So, if we want to discuss first, let us look for the things that we are looking to have. First, everyone is looking to earn more money. And the second thing, enjoy more freedom. And the third thing is to live a life we're destined to live. So those are the three things and that we are looking to have or achieve. And believe me, there's big things ahead in front of us. We're living in a world is full of abundance. It depends on your way of thinking and your mindset. So, and just keep in your mind that everything happened with us previously, like in 24 or in 23 or whatever in the past, was essential to prepare us to be whatever we are here to do what we want to do in the future. So don't be overwhelmed of what happened in the past and just get ready because you can really make a shift in the next 90 days or in the next 6 months. It depends on you. Just all what is required is focus. Focus on yourself and what do you really want. And here the change starts.
Yes, it's so true that most of people do the list of what they wish to have next year and what they even think that they will do. And we call it New Year resolutions, but we know that most of these just doesn't get realized. So today we will speak about success principles that is related to standards and how
Mhm.
you really can do what you want to do and have what you want to have.
I would love to start with who we are because this is the main thing is understanding ourselves is really the key to freedom. And I wanted to tell you that we are infinite. Every one of us have infinite potential within us and within everyone is hearing us. So there is no end or limit to where we can take ourselves. We have like a perfect spirit. We have like a perfect spiritual DNA as we've learned and as we know. So we can have no limits where we can take ourselves. There's nothing can stop us to achieve more and to have this greatness to get it out to the surface because it's not something that it's a destiny and getting more greatness out to the surface. It's a journey. Every day we're getting better in what we are doing. So let us decide and starting from this new year, take an honest look of our current results. Now, everyone have current results, and this results is telling a truth, the truth of what happened in the past, but we should not let it dictate the future or the year 25. So, and just have a look also, think the current results are in harmony with what we are attracting now and currently what's going on in our life. So let's stop here and think, take a serious look at that and make a decision from that point to conquer ourselves from the distractions outside the environment. Another thing is let's set a big goal. Once I'm talking a big goal, it means a goal that inspires us. That's something that we really love to do. Third thing, which is the most important thing, is do not let the outside control us. Most of the people are letting the current circumstances and conditions control them. And don't let the present results that we are getting control us. Just what I'm telling that we have to just not ignore it. I don't want to ignore it. Just react, don't react to it. Just respond to it in a way, where can I develop, or what should different things I can be doing it.
Yes, this is a very, very good time to look back and see what we attracted this year. Yes, which goals we had in the beginning of this year or at the end of 2023. And did we achieve those goals? And if not, why? Because as you said, it does not depend on outside factors. We are the cause and our results are effect. And in order to achieve our goals next year, we should understand this principle that in order to change results, we have to change within. We have to grow, we have to change, we have to start thinking different, feeling different, and acting different in order to get different results. Otherwise, if we don't change our standards, if we don't change the way how we think, feel, act, make decisions, nothing will change. And there are so many people who continue just making those New Year resolutions every year and then just going in the loop, having the same results and thinking that or their goal may be just like a fantasy and it doesn't really happen in their life.
Yeah, and Elena, as you said, that it requires a decision, and success is not a secret. It comes down to few just simple steps, choices, by the way. First, we have to decide exactly what do we really want. That's why I was telling about setting big goals, not setting an average goal or something we know how to do it or we think we can do it. Something we really want, we don't know how, but we really want it. And then we have to determine the price we have to pay, whether it's money, effort, value, or whatever the cost. And the most important thing, the third step, is choose if we are willing to pay it or not. Most of us wants more, but we're not willing to pay the cost. And that's why we're not achieving anything further. And that's why we're stuck with the current results. So if you're not, you have to decide. And by the way, decision is one of the greatest philosophy I'm living in and really changed my life. And I will go through that because here is the point that you have to decide how badly you want your goal. Some people, they said, okay, at the beginning of the year, I want to achieve, let's say, to earn 100,000. Okay, and then in a month, they forget their goal. So they don't want it badly enough. They are not ready to change. And being in this world class, it's about two things: the habits and the attitude that you have. And I think the attitude is essential. So it depends on you. And now I'm asking everyone who's listening to us, just ask yourself and write down what habits no longer work with you, or what habits is holding you back from creating the life that you want to live. Like procrastination, not making decisions, or being stuck with the current results, or unable to move from my own business, or just write it down. What are the things that are holding you back? And just then after that, write what one habit you want to install to make this 2025 be the best year in your life. And in average, there's a study that needs 66 days to install that habit. So just imagine in 4 habits a year, you can 10x your results. So all it depends on you. You have to be responsible about your life. Just look to your life. What do you want your life to look like once you achieve your goal? It all depends on you. No one else. other than you.
Yes, and here, when you think about that big goal, it should be really big, something that is outside of your experience, what you did before, or even what you know is possible. Yes, and I like this phrase that how to identify is the goal is really right goal. From one side, it should excite you and inspire you, and from other side, on the other hand, it should scare you. So it should be big that it scares you. And this is excitement from one side and being scared of even thinking that it can happen. This is what is like prerequisite of the growth. Yes, because you need be excited to be willing to do things which are uncomfortable. Yes, this is what Ahmed said, that paying price, it means that you should be willing to do what other people are not willing to do, yes, who don't have that goal. And it will
Exactly.
always demand from you to do things which are outside of your comfort zone, to step into unknown. And this is always uncomfortable and maybe scary, and maybe there are doubts, but you should be have that willingness, yes, to do whatever it takes, because this is important for you, and you know why it is important, why you want to achieve this goal. You see already how your life will change, and how you will maybe impact other people's life when you are at that place. And on the other hand, it should scare you. It means that it should be really big. It should be really big. And if these two prerequisites are together, it means that, yes, this is the right goal. And it is really important to choose big goals, because the bigger goal you have, the bigger energy you will have. You will receive that fuel, yes, according to the size of the tank. If the tank is small, you will receive small fuel, yes, volume of fuel. If your tank is big, you will get that fuel. So universe gives you that fuel, everything. You just have to go forward, be bold, yes, and take one step at a time for achieving your goals.
And that's why, as I said before, that our current result is always telling the truth. And it's telling the previous choices and decision we've taken before. But that doesn't mean we should let it dictate our future. And that's why we have to choose now between the old life and this new world-class life that we really want to live. But that requires us to think differently, think in a different way, in a different manner, in a different attitude. And I would give this advice to all the people who are listening to us, that you cannot put your thoughts on something missing, because if you keep focusing on what's missing, it will grow and you keep doing nothing. And the second thing, don't focus your thoughts on the present results. Just, as I said, don't ignore it, but don't react to it. Just respond to it. And the third thing is, don't focus your thoughts on the past, because already it's done. You cannot change it. And here's the fourth one, is the most dangerous one. Don't focus your thoughts on what others wants for you. So just be you, and you become what you think about all the day. So just think of what are you thinking most of the day.
Yes, this
Just
is. Mhm.
just be careful about what you're thinking about.
Mhm.
There is nothing more powerful than your thoughts, because it's how you think you become. The currency of attracting what you want into your life is your thoughts. Just keep that in your mind. Just bury it down in the mind. And I'm telling you now, from now, you have to stretch. You have to expand your way of thinking. You have to change your perception, the way of you see the thing, because if you're not stretching, nothing inspiring in what you're doing. There's there's no inspiration in what you're doing.
Yes, so right. And thought is the beginning of results, because the thoughts cause feelings, and feelings are related to subconscious mind, which is mostly the workshop, the workshop where our reality is built. So it is very important to identify our thoughts, because our thoughts almost are the same every day. And this is our thoughts which cause feelings, feelings cause actions, and actions also cause reaction. And this is our results. So many people think that mental activity is thinking, and they don't even understand that thinking, it is not mental activity. Mental activity is just that process, like a highway with chaotic different thoughts which can jump from one place another place, and totally under control. This is how our brain is programmed and how it is just running on autopilot. So thinking is very different. And I like in the book Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, how he said that only 2% of people think, 3% of people think that they think, and 95% would rather die than think. It means that thinking is not just automatic process. Thinking is activity when you are in control of thoughts which you choose. As Ahmed said, instead of reacting, that would be that autopilot. Yes, as most people live when they based their all reactions on the five senses. Yes, ability to see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, and they just react. What they heard something, they react. They see something, they react. And this is how most of people live, and this is what forms their habitual behavior, which is the most of the behavior that is habitual. Yes, so when we really want to think and respond, it means that we take pause, we think, we choose what I want to respond, what is really aligned in my goal, what I want to do that will be taking me close to my goal. And when we live from the end every day and our actions are all based on that goal, and we see ourselves as it is already achieved, and everything what we think, what we make decisions, how we respond to different situations come from the place of the end of already our goal achieved. And that what will make a huge difference in results.
And Elena, I would add to that, as you said, that's why it's so essential to set a so big goal that you cannot achieve it until you grow into the person who can. And that's the growth process. And by default, you'll get the goal, because the main thing behind that is to grow. So ask yourself those questions. What do you really want more than anything else? What experience you would like to live or to have? What changes would you like to make in your life? And ask yourself why this goal is so important for you. Because you have to have this strong why. And what kind of person do I need or you need to become to achieve the goal that you want to achieve? So it depends. That's why setting big goals makes you think differently and think big and big things ahead. And that will shift the way of thinking in the future. And I want you to fall in love with your future and fall in love with your goal, because if you make your future your magnificent obsession, and this is, I'm telling, healthy obsession, thinking always in your goal as if you, as you said, now it's already achieved, that's a game changer. The present is meaningless unless you are connected to the future. And it's the future that dictates what decisions you make now in the present. So now I want you to think of that. What vision and what goal I should be having so I can have like a magnificent obsession in my future. Because I'm seeing lots of people, they are afraid from the future. I want to make a shift in that, because once you have these big goals, your future drives your present.
Yes, you should think from that place when it is already there, because if you want something, it means that it is already there. It exists. It just exists in different frequency. And as Ahmed said, your purpose, your goal is to grow, to get
Yes.
aligned with your goal. So you, instead of chasing it and like being here in this frequency, and there is a big gap between you and your goal. So if you don't change anything inside your thoughts, your actions, you will just always be in the race of chasing something. But it
Exactly.
gap, you will go parallelly. Yes, so you will not go here, you just go parallelly, and what you chase, it's running out of you. So instead of chasing, you have to grow in the way how your attitude is, how you see yourself, your self-image, how what you expect in life. Yes, so decisions, how you make them, steps, new habits. So everything becomes that formula, like with so many different.
That's by law, Elena. That's by law, because without a purpose, you're living in a prison. And our soul hates to be like in a box, to be fit in a box. That's why it's so essential to always set big goals. Maintaining your vision, sticking to your purpose, and maintaining your faith and gratitude is essential.
Yeah, I liked how you said that uh, achieving goal will become as default when you grow. Yeah, because
Yes.
all the process is in achieving the goal is to make you grow, so you become that person. You become like energetic magnet for everything that is related with and aligned with that goal. And instead of chasing, you will start attracting, because you will become the person who is already at that frequency. And it is like flipping to different channel, like radio. We want to listen different programs, we just flip the different frequencies, and these totally different programs. So the same in our life, we live now in certain frequency which determined by our thoughts, feelings, actions, and we have this situation in our life. Yes, like Ahmed said, don't allow these circumstances and physical reality which you have now dictate your future, because this is just where you are now. But when you flip to different frequency energetically, when you become different person, there will be those different programs in your life, and it can happen very quickly. As soon as you can impress this idea into your subconscious mind and believe not only objectively in your conscious mind that this is possible, but you believe in your subconscious mind, yeah, this is possible, this is my life. And this is how you will flip your energy, and you will see that everything starting to be attracted to you.
Perfect. So now let's connect all what we said through setting the goal, the vision, and the purpose to the philosophy. Because the philosophy is our creed. And I want to ask everyone who's listening to us, what is the philosophy that you want to live with? Because your philosophy is your underlying belief system. It's deciding how you want to live. And it's a decision, it's a choice. It depends on you. Because what happens once you set your vision will create your philosophy. So what are the philosophies required to live with to achieve your vision? And your philosophy will create your standards, and your standards will create your story that you're currently on. And your story will create your identity, and your identity will create your results. So I want you to listen to that carefully, because it's all connected together once you set a big goal. Once you set a fixed vision, a clear image of what you really want, once you have a purpose, and from that point, you can create your philosophy and move on to your standards, your story, and your identity and the results. So I'm encouraging everyone, including myself, to have like world-class standards. And those personal standards bring all your results up to your new personal standards. It's how I want to live, how I want the people to see me. What are the things that I will say yes to, and what are the things that I say no to? Because what changed really my life was understanding the happiness. And then happiness is a choice, as you know. Our happiness is connected to our standard. And this is why, and it's impossible to exceed the standards that you have to ourselves. because this is the standard. It's the approach to everything in our life. The approach to money. What is your relationship with money? Are you circulating money? Are you enjoy receiving money and circulating it? Are you enjoy giving it? It's another approach to ourselves, our inner talk, how we talk to ourselves. Do we see ourselves as a big image, or we think big about ourselves? Our selling. Do we like selling? Do we like going out and talking with people? Our actions. Do we act like with urgency? Do we face insecurities? And our health. Do we take care of our health? So those standards, we don't say no. We like it's a line in the sand. This is how I want to live. This is how I want to the people see me, and this is how I will be working. And one of the most standards is toward accepting and rejecting ideas, because we set big goals, and once we start acting on it, we start rejecting doing things that is required for by the goal. And one of the most important things that affects and impacts the standards is our discipline. So just imagine if we make a shift in because everyone have gaps in his standards. He have the old standards and the new one. So once we start closing this gap of how I was my approach, like in discipline, let's say, you are disciplined without doing anything. You are disciplined for something that is not aligned with your goal. Just accept that idea and say, where should and how should I shift my perspective to the discipline, and where should be I discipline so I can close that gap and build this new standards. And standards shows not just on the bad day, on the good days. It should be showing also in the bad days, because some bad days you say, no, it cannot be you have these gaps on the bad days. So it should be like, that's how I'm going to live. That's how I'm going to show the world who am I.
Yes, yes. And standards, it's, as you said, it is coming from your philosophy, and you just make decision what is your identity, and what are your boundaries. Yes, so what you accept in your life and what you don't accept anymore. Yes, so it can also be related to people who you communicate, the time how you spend it. Yes, and again, there should be a price which you're willing to pay. Maybe you will decide not to spend your time with people who just drain your energy, and you feel that it is not right company. And maybe you will make a decision to wake up earlier, to do more things which you really need in the morning, and have more time spent effectively and productively. So it can be all changes which will come from your new standards. And this also is the step before you create new habits, because when you change your standards and you decide what, and also you identify your personality, like you create your new self-image and you write about yourself, I'm the person who does this, I am a person who doesn't do that. Yes, so you put those lines, what you do, what you don't do, and this is how your new habits will be formed. You will decide, okay, I am that person. So in order to be that person, how I should think, how I should feel, how I should act, what I do every day, what is my discipline. And from those standards, all other areas will be also corrected, yes, and you will know exactly what you have to do, what you will do, because everything you already know. This is already in you. You just start listening your intuition, because you already know what is required to be that person. So now the next step is just to get it clear, to write it down, to read it every day, because you have again to remind about this to your subconscious mind, to impress these new ideas, because these standards, new standards, they shouldn't just be in your mind, in your conscious mind. It should be very deeply rooted in subconscious. And this is how you do it, through repetition every day, because it is not enough one day to sit and think, okay, I am going to do this, and then forget about this for 1 or 2 months. Nothing will change. You have to create a habit to remind this to you every day, till it becomes like a very fixed, cemented road. Yes, and when it becomes your habitual behavior, of course, we always are there for grow, then we will start and plan in the future steps.
I just want to just remind everyone that, as I said before, and I will repeat this, that once you set a goal and you set your vision, you start creating your philosophy, and then everything goes forward. And the point here, and it's so essential, when you put the proper standards in place, you'll speed up the goal achievement process. This is one of the best ways, is to say, that's it, enough is enough. That's how I'm going to live. So decide. So all what I'm saying, that the beginning point is decisions and choices all our life. So what I'm telling everyone listening to us, please listen to this recording, like to this podcast, at least 3 times. And after every time, just write your vision, write the philosophy you want to live with. And here, one of the great philosophies that I'm living with is making decisions. It's so easy to you not to listen to it, and it's so easy to listen to it. So my advice to you is make it committed decision. That's what I want. I want to make a shift in my way of thinking. I want to make a shift in my life and in my results. Write your philosophy, write your standards. And the last point that I would leave you with is have the habit of accepting and rejecting ideas. God gave us this free will, so use it wisely to achieve your goals. You have the power to choose to accept or reject any idea that is not aligned with your goals. Just forget it. And any idea or thought that's aligned with your goal, accept it and work on it.
Yes, yes, and focus on what you really want. Focus just on the ideas which are aligned with your goals. See your goal as already happened. Feel that feelings which you will have, because everything comes through feelings. Yes, the secret is in feelings, because again, subconscious mind is that cybernetic mechanism is in it, and when you get it, believe that it is true, it is possible, it will make that path, that road for you, which you will feel like you are guided towards your goal. But you have to start from believing and putting your attention to your goal as it is already fulfilled.
Exactly. Fuse with your goal all the day. Not 1 hour per day, just fuse with it. That's what I really want. Then just decide what identity-based behavior I want to be like that. Set your philosophy and standard and be process-driven. Just your process would change, but your goal never changes.
Yeah, thank you, Ahmed. So, would you like to share some techniques how to fuse with the goals? What can help people really to fuse with the
I
goal?
will, yeah, sure. I will tell them my technique that I'm using and my clients, and they are doing great. First, the morning routine. Once you wake up, the gratitude and writing the goal and auto suggestion. This is the first thing I do, and my clients and everyone I meet, this is the best advice. And another thing is every 3 hours, I set an alarm. There's a title of the alarm, my goal, and it's written. So I'm always connected to my goal. And if I feel that I'm drifting, this reminds will be just aligning me to my goal. And the last one that really changed my life is the power of 5. The decision, the discipline, the standards, the identity, and the attitude. I ask myself every day in the morning, through my goal. This is my goal. It's clear for me. I have to make the decisions from my goal. I have to make the disciplines with my goal. I have to make the standards from my goal. And I have to be that person to achieve that goal and the attitude toward that goal. And in the afternoon, I ask myself, how did I work with those power of 5? I was aligned, or there was a drift, so I can get back to the to stay fused. And end of the day, I make also assessment to the power of 5. So those are 3 steps that I use daily to stay fused with my goal.
Yes, great, great. This is so powerful. Daily routine, which will help you to get fused with your goal and feel that it is possible. Initially, it can be like a fantasy, but when you start implementing what we just discussed, you will start believing that it may be possible. And when you go further and repeat it again, then you will become confident. Yes, this is really something that I want. This is really possible. I already can see myself there. And then when you get to that state that you really can see yourself there, you can feel yourself there, this is how the process will get to speed up, will be speed up. And you will see the real change in your life as results of the change from within.
Repetition is the mother of all learning, and repetition shows that how much you are committed to your goal. Thank you, Elena.
Thank you, Ahmed. It was amazing episode we recorded today and so powerful, educational, and so many golden nuggets can be found. So as you said, I would recommend everyone who listening to us to listen to it at least 3 times and make the notes and implement what is the most important. Implement what we just discussed, because this is already proven strategy. Yes, the ingredients of success. And if you really implement them, you will see the difference. And I will be happy to hear your feedback after you implemented these ideas and got your results and achieved your goals. And of course, we are looking forward to have Ahmed again as our guest in our future episodes.
And if there's any question, just share it with us, and I would be happy to support, to help anyone who have some doubts or queries. I'm open to any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ahmed, and looking forward to see you again.
Thank you.